guys, what's up? This is Pat from 12-Bit Soul, and I'm just going to show you today a real quick way to layer your own musical samples, create your own musical samples to chop like you would vinyl without the worry of copyright problems. So this is just a quick way. You can get a lot more complex than this, but I just wanted to show you how you could get some quick inspiration from layering some different stuff and then chopping it up. So what I started with here, Moog synthesizer, I did 2 layers of that. I just played octaves basically. And then I added live bass. And then I added guitar. And you know, you don't always need vintage gear. I have a lot of vintage gear, but you don't always need vintage gear to get some kind of old school tones. In this case, I actually used the very popular Slate bundle amp modeler, the THU, and I actually really like this. I've just gotten to know it the last few months. You've been using the Slate bundle for years, but and then this is actually a free Arturia plate reverb that came out around Christmas. It's got, you can get a good vintage plate reverb sound with it. You can get a really wide sound and modern too with some of the different models they have on here, but I just did kind of a classic plate reverb on this, give it some nice space. And one of course the key things of records is the white noise, the hiss, etc. Just to have a little fun this time, I did it a different way. Instead of pulling up, you know, isotope vinyl or RC20, you know, the popular plugins that have loop samples of record sound and tape hiss and all that, I just decided to have a little fun with some Foley sounds and then use them as my white noise. So I started with some rain, a sample of some rain, and it was a little too bright, so I put a little low pass on there. That was too bright there, it was sticking through too much. I just wanted it to be the background, so filtered it, really tucked it in. Same thing with this, some traffic, white noise. I added this one because it had some cool panning on it, and thought that sounded cool. I reversed it actually right here. I took the same sample, copied it, and reversed it just to get this sort of loop of movement. And then in the end, you know, one of my favorite things about Ableton Live is the resampling, just the ease of whatever's playing. Oh, I want to comp this right now and chop this up. And so you can create a track and then an audio track and then set it to resampling. And it's just a quick and easy way to comp what you've got here. So, you know, not the most profound piece of music ever, just I spent a short time on it, but it's got a vibe to it, and it's, you know, something good to chop with, a good example. So we took it over to Ableton Simpler. Of course, you can use Serato sample, you can use whatever you're using in FL, in Logic, etc. You know, EXS24 in Logic also can chop up based on transients, is what I did here. So it's anything like that where you can chop it how you want it. In this case, I took it and I did the auto detect, turned down the sensitivity a little bit, and I reversed it. I was just sort of the feeling after playing with it for a few minutes. Threw a little ambience on there and so forth. And then I also duplicated it. I wanted to get little stabs just to pop in and out, and so I took those right here. I flipped it back to the normal direction and put these little chops in. It's just sort of textural stuff. And then here's the example beat, basically, just a quick beat. So there you have it. You know, this is just the getting your training wheels off version. Obviously you can go a lot deeper and spend a lot more time and really curate all the bits that you've sampled. But I hope this is a good starter, give you inspiration. If you don't have, if you're not a musician yourself, you know, get networking, find some musicians, just press record, let them do what they do, you know, let it run so they forget kind of like that they're recording, and you'll get lots of unique bits, and just start layering things, experimenting, and you'll find textures that, you know, you can create yourself that have somewhat of the feel of vinyl, you know, without all the hassle of worrying, am I going to get caught with this chop? Did I disguise it well enough, etc. So I mean, don't stop sampling vinyl, but this is your alternative if you need it, and it can be a lot of fun creatively too. So hope you enjoyed. We'll be back with more, and thanks for watching.